All right, hey guys, Heat the Geek is back here. I guess this will be part two. I actually did an altered video earlier today that I'm going to upload. That'll be part one. Talking about the altered TCG game found for their the set Roots of Corruption is the name of it. The Kickstarter, not Kickstarter, but the game found had I think 2 days left, so it was going to end on either Thursday because they're in France. So it probably would have been on France time, so it would have been like Thursday, super early in the morning, or like Friday at a weird time. That's not going to happen anymore. The project has actually been canceled. I was checking it today to try to figure out what I was going to do about it for myself, and the project was canceled. Looks like they had 1,449 backers, pledged about 400K. So they only set a 50K gold. It was overfunded, but they needed the retailers pledges, which is on a different UI that we can't see because this is just a regular game found for the people who are just normally buying it, not a retailer. They can see the retailer pledge. We can't. They have to post it, the information, otherwise it's kept hidden or private from us. But if you go back to the update section, they made an update number 10, which was today at around a little afternoon, actually. So, it's weird because I did the video at, I want to say 2, and then I think the game file was still up. So this might have been a time delay with France time or whatever, whenever they posted it. I thought it was still up earlier today, but I guess not. Because I was actually at work. I didn't know that they had already shut it down. The Discord is going nuts for Altered TCG right now. I'm not even gonna pull that up, but we'll see this. Read this real quick. As promised, we are going back to provide you an update on mobilization of our professional partners. And yeah, the title of the chapter closes, which is probably just the death of the game. But I haven't actually read this yet to see what they're gonna actually say. Okay, so they're professional partners. That was just the first sentence. The second line, the amount collected from them stands at a little under 700K combined with the 4,200, which is from us, the 400K. So 1.1 million at whenever they posted this in their time, but for our time it was a little bit after noon, right about 12:30 p.m., not a.m. We are far too far from the vital goal of 2 million we have set to guarantee the future of the game. It would be dishonest to tell you that we can still turn the tide by Friday evening. We must face reality. The numbers simply aren't there. So that's them admitting that they were not going to reach the goal. And even with the cost-cutting measures they did, 2 million was a bit of a stretch. Kudos to them for getting the set cost from down to two and a half to 3 million down to 2 million, but it still wasn't enough. The game isn't big enough. There wasn't enough support. People weren't gonna fork over money. Like in my part 1 video, I just got my Seeds of Unity cards today in the mail, and some other people haven't even gotten their stuff yet, and you wanted us to back this game found for your next set without even having the current set, as well as there's no late pledges with 2 days left of time limit. And it's like you're really forcing our hands to FOMO us out of a lot of money so you make your money to create the set. I still have my doubts that they had whatever the set after this. I don't even think they had it done, or they had even worked on it. I highly doubt it. Because if we're already running low on money by set 3, and obviously these TCG companies, they have to work on sets ahead of time to print them and then release them. They can't do them as is, but I think Altered was probably trying to do that. But that was a fool's errand. Which I think I mentioned in the other video or a previous video. Seeds of Unity was probably already done. They just needed the money to ship it. because they had already finished it. This set was probably also in the same boat, where they probably had it finished. They need the money to actually ship it out. They didn't make the money to ship it out. They need 2 million. They barely got 1 million, and that's $1 million short. And they're not gonna foot the bill for the other $1 million because they don't even have the money. No billionaire or millionaire private investor was going to save them out of that one for a TCG that's literally on a sinking ship. Just too many mistakes over too long of a period of time. So we'll continue as a heavy heart. We have decided to cancel Rooster Corruption campaign. Obviously, it's committed to doing all backers, both players and retailers, will be reimbursed. They have to. It's GameFound's policy. If you cancel the GameFound, you're auto refunded. It's not like Kickstarter, which Kickstarter kind of sucks about that. There is no consumer protection. If Kickstarter gets canceled, you just lose your money. If the person that run the Kickstarter doesn't want to give you a refund, they just don't have to do it. GameFound, they force them to do it. Or there's like heavy fines from GameFound if they don't. So this campaign not only marks the end of the crowdfunding campaign, but unfortunately it also marks the end of the Altered adventure. So I don't know what this part is in italics, but this must be from like the devs directly. Yeah, it looks like there's a lot of them being really sad. It looks like it was actually written from the Equinox founder, so nice to see some words from the person that actually runs the company, but yeah, it was not going to last too much longer. So at the end, they do address something that people are going to have questions about. The digital collections, which obviously they have an app and API that's still up and running. What's going to happen to that? And obviously they have essentially a digital client with Board Game Arena, because they do have digital versions of all their cards that are out now. They don't have an answer yet, but they'll release an answer sometime in the future, it looks like. From my experience, long and short of it, they're probably going to shut it down. They need money to run that, and they don't have any money. And I'm not sure how much BGA costs them on their end to host Altered and run it on their servers. I know it costs something. It's not free. It costs something, even though BGA is free for us, but it costs them something to run it. They're obviously gonna have to shut it down at some point. They may keep it going probably to the end of this year or whenever their contract or license expires, however that works. But they're gonna shut it down, and with the death of the game means all the cards are now essentially worthless. I was actually gonna sit on the box and not open it, but I guess now it's probably is a collector's item. So I'm probably gonna leave it sealed forever, because those cards are worthless and opening them doesn't mean anything. As I bought them essentially. Very short and sweet to the point with the update. That was pretty much it. I usually don't look at the comments, but a lot of the comments are in French. This guy's laughing. I mean, not surprised. A lot of us are kind of laughing. This guy's complaining about the campaign goals. They said that from the beginning, that they set it up just because GameFound requires it. We kind of knew that 50K was not the goal. That was not. That was just a fake goal. The GameFound makes you set a goal. Their goal was 2 million, but they can't set it as 2 million. Yeah, I can't read French. I don't know what other French users are saying, but most of the comments are in French. When I looked at this earlier, like almost all of them are in French. They have a huge French user base because they're based in France. I know they're probably more upset than anyone Their hometown studio is basically defunct at this point. Um, and it was a good French TCG. Well, this guy's just spamming now. He's laughing at every other post. Yeah. I didn't want to pop up the Discord, but yeah, that's pretty much the end of it. Like I said previously, I highly doubt they had the set after this even finished. They are really kind of banking on this one, and like I said, there's a very good possibility they would have canceled it. They would have canceled the game after this set, even if they funded. It would have been diminishing returns. Having to launch the game found literally like 2 weeks after the conclusion of the previous set, and that set hasn't even shipped yet, and you're gonna have to do it again. It's just like eventually they were gonna hit a brick wall, and they hit the brick wall sooner rather than later, which is probably a good thing, because it would just be leading people on to throwing money at them, knowing that the game could shut down at any moment. A lot of us were pretty much calling it that this set was going to be it, and sure enough, it was. I thought there was a possibility that this set might actually get released, and then they would shut it down, but no, they weren't even gonna get this set out the door. They just didn't make the money. I mean, the good news is everyone's gonna get their refunds. I didn't even buy into it. I was going to, but I don't have to now. But everyone's gonna get refunded any money that they spent, so that's a good thing. Not much else to really say about it. Another TCG bites the dust in a very crowded market of TCGs that have managed to gain a foothold, like Star Wars Unlimited, Lorcana, One Piece, Riftbound. Altered, there was almost no place for them anymore. Even with the unique gameplay and how the cards are designed, it just wasn't meant to be. And much like WoW TCG from the past, this game's not going to come back in any shape or form. When these things die out, they're dead for good. They don't come back. WoW TCG didn't come back, and it's not going to. Neither will this game. Equinox as a studio, I'm not sure what'll happen to them. Though the studio itself will exist in some form. They'll probably just convert to something else. I'm not sure exactly. Maybe help fund or distribute a different TCG as like a partner or something to keep the company going, so the company itself doesn't shut down. But Alter, the IP, the property, that is absolutely dead, and it will not be coming back or get reshaped in any other form. If they had any special private investors that cared about the game that was going to save it, they would have done that. And obviously, with the announcement of the game being dead as of now, no one cared enough to throw any more money at this game. Any millionaires or billionaires out there, that wasn't going to happen. We have so many TCGs now that are doing fairly well that, like I said, Altered was just way, way, way at the bottom of tier list of TCGs. Even Set 1 had its issues, despite how good it was, and a lot of people like Set 1. It just wasn't going to expand, and it really didn't expand at all. And then we have Cyberpunk TCG coming out sometime this year. They're at like $8 million right now for their Set 1. Hopefully that game does a lot better than this one did and makes it past Set 5. But yeah, we not a whole lot to say, just kind of a lot of, mixed emotions, feelings, sadness, the usual. You see all the stuff that they promised for this, and it's just like, yep, none of it was going to happen. Design the playmats. Here's collector boosters. Here's add-ons. Faction guides. I mean, a lot of great original art, but they'll never see the light of day now. Yeah. So that's it. This will be the last Altered TCG video that I personally do. There will be a bunch more on YouTube from other people who cover this game. I am shifting my focus to other games moving forward. I'm gonna figure out where I'm gonna store all these cards now, because now the game's officially dead. I gotta find somewhere to put them. I don't have a storage or anything, so I'm gonna have to find somewhere to hold them where they're gonna gather dust. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed Altered while it was around, and hopefully you can find a new game to enjoy in its absence. So until the next video, I'll see you all next time.